Hello, I'm going to try to make this video fast and not drag it out like most Star Wars creators do. Which I'm not. I'm not a Star Wars creator, just a fan. A fan that used to make a video. A lifelong fan. First off, I'd like to say that I generally liked the Ahsoka series. Right away, I liked the campy uniforms that were in episode 1. Those uniforms reminded me of the original uniforms in the original 3 movies. However, right away I did grow frustrated. As you know, we see a ship arrive. A mysterious ship that arrives in a sector being patrolled by the Republic. The captain asks for them to identify themselves, and they say they are Jedi, and they have an ancient Jedi code, so the captain says, okay, you can board our ship. That is suspicious. And then the wizened captain says he thinks they're fake. He doesn't say why, he just has a hunch. So now we're to believe that the highest ranking officer on this ship is going to meet them personally? And that's very unusual. Come on, military protocol? That probably applies to everywhere in the entire galaxy and any other parallel universe. I'm not going to assume that the captain assumed that they were Sith, but they could have been any other dangerous species. They could have been Mandalorians there. They could have been anyone, any mercenary trying to get one of the prisoners out on the ship that carries prisoners. So right away, frustrated. Just didn't like that. However, I did like the villain characters. I liked both of them. Kind of reminded me of Darth Vader hanging out with Darth Maul. The way they shot it, I feel like they did on purpose. Kind of mirrored old scenes from the past. I did like that. And then we finally get the introduction of Ahsoka into her scene. However, we have seen her before in The Mandalorian, so it's not totally new. And then I read a lot of comments where a lot of people felt that Rosario Dawson, the actress, didn't put a lot of emotion into the character, but I disagree. I disagree because Ahsoka is older now. She's much older than you've seen her in past episodes and or other TV shows like Clone Wars. She's older. She's seen a lot of bad things. She has those memories. So I do like that she's not the super excited, energetic character we know from the past. However, I did like the setting. I like the ruins. I like where it was going. I like the way she retrieved the artifact. Reminded me of the movie The Mummy meets the movie The Fifth Element. I did enjoy it overall. I enjoyed where it was going. However, there was a droid battle, then she runs, and there's an explosion. I feel like that could have been a little bit more exciting. If you're going to introduce a new character, I feel like that was just too generic. That might sound too harsh. And the explosion was gigantic. It was like a Fast and the Furious explosion with her running, and it was coming at her in the back. It was just, I don't know. And then we meet her droid friend, who is piloting the ship, and he's like a 25,000 year older droid that's been with the Jedi forever, so it's cool. It's cool, but I do feel like they could introduce a little bit more to him to build up his mysteriousness, add more dialogue and backstory to who he is so that we're excited to meet him. Not much of that. And not everybody who's watched this has a background in Star Wars, so if you're trying to get new fans, you have to do better at building everyone up. And we see this with Ezra and Sabine, all these characters that are introduced in the show. A lot of people don't know their backstories, and I don't feel like they did enough to explain it. And honestly, when they get to the new planet, it starts giving me Star Trek vibes, just the way with the motorcycle scene and all, and just some other parts. But it was the end of the episode that drove me nuts. And no, I'm not talking about the lightsaber scene that's getting everyone really mad. I know there's a lot of debate if she could have survived the lightsaber scene. However, she's very close to the city, so I definitely think they could have saved her, while Qui-Gon Jinn was not in a position to get a physician. So I think it's a big difference. It's just how fast can you get help? So the part that bothered me is that they're living in this super high technology city, okay? I assume the whole planet is super high, advanced. They're very advanced. And that the Sith are just chilling on this planet. And there's one scene, you can see their ship, and so you don't think any patrols would have saw that and asked for their identification. So then we have the rescue scene where the droids come for the map, and Ahsoka's there to do the rescue. But while she's flying to the rescue, you don't think she would get on her comm and say, help, help, can we get any patrol ships to make sure that nobody leaves the planet? I mean, this map is supposed to, stop a war, so you don't think she would ask for help in the super advanced city, or they wouldn't just have fighters already in the air, ready to scramble? Just very unbelievable writing. And I know that Star Wars is just for entertainment, however, you don't have to have such obvious loopholes. Especially if it's the first episode, I feel like you really, really have to impress everyone. However, like I said, I still enjoy the film. the TV series. However, I really still enjoy the TV series and where it's going. I know people don't like it, but I do. Because I do like all the characters, I like where they're developing, and I really like that cat thing. Thanks for watching.